Alright, welcome to the channel. So today we're going to be fixing the annoying C5 intermittent blinkers issue permanently. So the issue with these is this hazard switch here runs all of the blinkers and the hazards. It has the relay built into it that runs your blinkers. Well, these are notoriously bad. And guess what? GM has discontinued them. The worst part about it is that if you get the Dorman or, auto parts store Chinese replacements that are readily available, they last 6 months to a year, and then it happens again. The other bad part about this is, in order to get to this, you basically have to disassemble the entire interior. The center console has to come off. All of this has to come off in order to get to it. Some people have been able to get to it from underneath the kick panel, but it's a bear. And then you have to do it like once a year because it keeps dying. So the permanent fix is to buy a HyperFlash module, and I'll show a picture on the screen here of the one I got off Amazon. Very inexpensive. Basically, what the HyperFlash module is built for is if you do LED lights or something like that, it prevents the HyperFlash, the fast blinking. Well, what it also does is relocate the relay, the blinker relay, into its own separate relay. The nice thing about that is you don't have to get up here to get to it. It jumps in down here, right under this kick panel. So all we have to do is just take this kick panel off. This entire repair should take 30 minutes, maybe 45. Not really a big deal. So first steps, we're just going to get right into it. First steps is you got 2 screws under here. So there's one here and one here. These are T15. So it is a Torx 15. So there's 2 here. And then there is one behind here and one behind here. So you're going to need a plastic pry tool. And these come out very easy. So you just get right underneath it and it'll pop right off. And this one, same thing, pops right out. And there's a screw hidden behind each of those. Once we get those 4 screws off, we'll go to the next step. The only thing we have to be careful of is this interior temperature sensor. And I'll show you how to deal with that along the way. So once you've got your screws out, your first step, you got to kind of very carefully pull back. So you can grab it at the bottom, or if you can get your hands right here, and you don't want to go all the way because the other side's not released yet, but I just want to show you, you've got 2 clips right here. So you've got one there and one there that are in on this side. So that's what you're fighting. Once you get the screws out, you're going to pop that, and then we'll go work on the other side. So as you're pulling this out, there's a temperature sensor for the interior that's right in here, and it twist locks. So it's hard to video, but you kind of have to reach up here and you'll feel the wire, and you have to twist it out of its hole. Let's see if I can get it. It's right there. So it twists from our vantage point towards the passenger side, and then it will drop out. So it's going to be facing forward like that, and so you'll push it towards the passenger side and it will pull out. You want to be careful not to damage that sensor or those wires as you're pulling this out. Then once you get that loose, basically what you're going to do is very carefully, you can reach inside here or around this side, but you're going to pull out very carefully on this trim piece while working the rest of this down and out. And there's a couple big ridges here that have to clear right here, and so it'll fight you a little bit, but you'll just want to very carefully kind of work your way out, and then this knee panel will be out. So we have our hyper flash module here, which is basically just a flash relay that's just going to jump in line. And we're going to, once we have this kick panel off, this plug-in right here is where we're going to put that in line. So we're just going to unplug this. There's just a little push on it, and then we'll pop that out, and we'll put this jumper right in here. We'll tuck it up in here and put our knee panel back on, and our flashing problem's gone. Now, we might not have emergency flashers all the time, but we don't have to tear the entire interior apart to get to this button that's discontinued now. So all we're going to do is plug this in like that, plug this end back into here, and then this relay and all this can be tucked. I'll probably, oops, this relay and all this can be tucked up in here. I will probably throw a zip tie on it just to be a little cleaner. Just zip tie it like that. But before we do all that, we're just going to test it and make sure we have blinkers. Find my key. And we have blinkers again. And you can actually, just to verify, you can actually grab this and feel it clicking. So this is now clicking. So this is our new blinker. Just a reminder on your way back in to be careful. Make sure you get your sensor put back in the way it came out, and then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to lift and kind of work this all in here, and there's a circular piece that feeds this right behind here that has to kind of pop into its hole, and you'll feel it pop in. So once it pops in, then we can come work on this side, and we've got two clips right here and here, and we just kind of have to line everything back up, push our clips back in, and then we'll put our 4 screws back in. So when you're reassembling, all of this has been pulled out of place, so I kind of had to push this back over, and this piece all fell back in. One thing to note, keep your key on you. This is like a beauty ring, so the actual tumbler is behind all this, so this all kind of free floats. So while it's all loose, it kind of turned on me, and so as I was putting it back together, I just kind of put the key in and made sure everything was lined up as I popped this trim piece back in. And then now we'll put our screw in here, here, and then the bottom 2 that we took out earlier, and then it's back together. And make sure that you feed your wire back through for your plug-in that goes right here before you put it all together, or you'll be taking it back apart to feed it back up through there just like I just did.